Thank you, Senator Lyons. Senator Mason.
Acting Deputy President, Merry Christmas. And just about 7 years ago, Acting Deputy President, when the Labor Party took office and they won the election in November 2007, they inherited the best books, the best set of national accounts ever inherited by any incoming government in our national history. In 113 years of national history, they received the best accounts ever. Billions and billions of dollars in the bank. And we took over government in September of last year. We received the worst national accounts. The worst national accounts, the worst budget figures in the history of our nation. They received the best, we received the worst, and now we're trying to fix it. The horror, Acting Deputy President, is not that Labor spent too much on overpriced school halls and the cash splash and the disastrous pink bats, but that so many of them don't believe that there's a problem at all. It gets worse. They're even at the moment sabotaging the coalition's attempts, the government's attempts to repay the debt. We want to do that, and that's being sabotaged. And of course we do know they have no plan at all to solve the problem. There's none. No plan's been put forward by Barnacle Bill Shorten at all, Acting Deputy President.
Order.
By Mr Shorten.
That's better, Senator Mason.
Deputy President, but within a decade, you've heard many times here, sir, that the trajectory of the debt is the problem. Not the amount now, it's the trajectory. In just over 9 years, it will reach $667 billion, $3 billion a month interest. $3 billion a month interest. What could we do with that? That's the point. But it gets much worse than that, and this has not been raised in this place. In the history of developing countries since World War II, no one has ever repaid a debt of that magnitude. What will happen is this. We will become like Western Europe and the United States, and we will never repay it. We either do it now, or we are a country that is stuck with systemic debt, just like Western Europe and the United States, and we will be paying billions of dollars interest for the privilege. And you might ask, it'll become a permanent fixture in our public life. The government will become the centre of the economy, just of course as Kevin Rudd wished all those years ago. Now of course the Labor Party, there's a problem with that. The Labor Party professes to be the party of social justice. They have this sort of sense about them, that they're the party of social justice. Comes with also a touch of moral vanity, I might add, Acting Deputy President. They argue, and have argued since the budget in May, that it's not fair for pensioners and students and working families. That's what they say. It's not fair. Well, I'll tell you who it's not fair for. It's not fair for the people that will have to pay the debt. We believe, the coalition believes, the government believes that this generation should live within their means. We believe that the health, the education and welfare of our community should be paid for by the community and not our children and not our grandchildren. That's the disgrace of a party that talks about social justice and equality. Don't give a damn about children and our grandchildren, and there's a reason for that. Not only is it fiscally reckless, it's morally contemptible, but there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. Because the Labor Party knows that our children and those yet to be born, of course, can't vote. They know that. We are standing up for people that can't yet vote. This lot will never ever do that. They will put more and more money on the credit card because they know there's very, very little electoral repercussions from that, sir. Every democratic incentive, Acting Deputy President, is not to pay back the debt. Because when you pay back debt, it causes electoral pain. And I accept that. We all accept that. We're paying it back because it is fiscally responsible and morally it is the only way to go. Otherwise what will happen is this. We believe, ultimately, that pensioners, working families and students think the government is that poor they throw us out. And that's fine. That's democracy. That's democracy. But what the Labor Party believes, and they know, is this. Those that will pay Labor's debt can't yet vote. They can't throw the Labor Party out because they can't yet vote. It's a gutless approach to politics. One, I might add, Acting Deputy President, that has been adopted by nearly every country in Western Europe, including Greece and Portugal and France and Spain. Oh yeah. They've all done it because the politicians of those nations did not have the guts to pay back the debt, and they wanted future generations to pay for today's living standards. And that is the solution of the Australian Labor Party. And I can put up with the fact that Labor Party can't manage a budget. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Order. Senator Mason-Jima said you have a point of order, Senator
Well, I
Pollard.
was just wondering if we could turn the volume down a little bit on his microphone, because you can't hear yourself think.
There's no point of order. Continue, Senator Mason.
We all know that Labor can't manage budgets. They never have since Federation. They've never managed budgets. But it's morally contemptible to ask our children to pay for it. Acting Deputy President, when I was at university, I used to see this signs everywhere saying, you know, from the left, eat the rich. There's no longer enough rich left. Today, the Labor Party, the left say, eat the young.
Thank you, Senator.